1 week in and I'm already publicly shaming myself. Hello fellow book nerds of the internet, it's Liz back with another video, or the first video if it's the first video you've only seen, which is a 50% chance likeliness because I only have 2 videos on my channel right now, so. Last week I made a booktube newbie tag video, which you can check out right up here if you happen to miss it because you are new, which most of you probably are. But this week is a form of a TBR, I guess? I don't know. Basically, it's a bunch of books that I own that are pretty popular among book lovers that I just have not read. A lot of these are books that I want to read, others of these are books that I don't have time to read, and some of these are books that I don't want to read, if I'm being honest. But I own them, therefore it's silly not to read them. So, without further ado, we're gonna get into that. I'm gonna basically run through what the book is, why I bought it in the first place, and why I haven't read it. First up being The Maze Runner, and this includes the entire trilogy. Yeah, I own the entire Maze Runner trilogy and the prequel. And the reason that I haven't read the trilogy is because I've read the prequel. And this is no shade. Like, I just have a very specific book attention span. The prequel didn't do it for me. And a lot of people I've talked to about this series have loved the prequel and loved the other books, and that makes me worry that I won't enjoy it. But, like I said, I own it, therefore I owe it to these books to at least give them a try. And if I don't love them, then I'll unhaul them. Simple as that. But I need to, because, you know, like, I'm pretty sure this is a series that people, like, enjoy, and I've just never... Nope. Number 2, I'm not totally sure if it's the fact that it is the book that it is, or if it's the author that it is. The book I'm holding is Looking for Alaska, and I haven't read this, but it's kind of symbolizing all of the John Green books that I have yet to read. I haven't read Let It Snow, which has been on my, like, holiday reading list forever. I haven't read Will Grayson, Will Grayson. I haven't read Paper Towns. The only John Green books that I have read are An Abundance of Catherines, Turtles All the Way Down, and The Fault in Our Stars. And I am truly ashamed that I haven't read more of his books. So this is my public declaration that to prove my love for John Green, because he is truly one of my favorite authors, I will finish reading every book he's written. Or had a piece of writing. This next one is absolutely going to get me, like, thrown off the internet, I'm sure. I have not finished the Harry Potter series. Now, there's a reason for this. I love the Harry Potter books, okay? I have read through about 80% of Order of the Phoenix, okay? Like, I have read some Harry Potter books, most of them even, but I have not read book 6 or 7, and I haven't finished book 5. This is for a couple of reasons. Number 1, I didn't get a chance to start reading them until way later in my life than most people. As I mentioned last week, me and my mother used to be in a household where we were both being abused and controlled, and this person, he had decided that I wasn't allowed to read Harry Potter because of magic. So when we were finally out of this situation, and when we were finally safe, my mother got me the entire series and was like, read away. But it happened at the end of 8th grade, which means I powered through the first 4 books, and then I started Order of the Phoenix, and then I started high school. And like I said last week, once I started high school, I lost all my time to read. So I have been reading Order of the Phoenix slowly, little by little, for the past 4 years, and I haven't gotten a chance to finish it because I just have not had time. So this is, like, my most dedicated TBR type thing. I have to finish the Harry Potter series, especially since I know that you are definitely judging me right now, and it's okay, I understand, I'm judging me right now. It's just, the other thing that makes these books a little bit hard for me to finish, other than not having time and them being, you know, thick books, first of all, Umbridge really upsets me, and I have a tendency to get really emotionally involved in the books that I'm reading. So while Umbridge is like in any scene, I get so angry that I have to put down the book because I will just like completely lose it, and I have a very fragile mental state. So sadly, I can't. The other thing is that obviously everyone else in the world has read the Harry Potter books, so I already know what happens in the last two. So it's like I don't have the same drive to find out what happens next because I already know what happens next. I know who lives, I know who dies, and I know who tells the story. So like it's a little hard sometimes to be like, no, you actually have to read it, you actually have to experience it, but I do want to because I do truly love these books. And as I mentioned last week, fantasy, one of my fave genres, so I feel like this one is less like embarrassing that I haven't read and more so like it's been 6 years and I should have. But it is The Hunger Games. I don't know if 6 years is actually right. I just know that when I was in 6th grade was when I saw people start carrying this book around and reading it. And I was such a little hipster back in the day. So I was like, oh no, that's what everyone's reading. I don't want to read it. I mean, I prided myself in having read Percy Jackson before it was cool. I still pride myself in that though. I'm like, y'all kids and your fandom. I was reading those books before anyone knew what they were. And then the movie came out and then everyone knew what they were and it was just like, great, cool, amazing. But yeah, so that is why I haven't read it. I bought it because I fully intended on reading this trilogy because I really want to. And I read a few pages and I just wasn't super into it. But I also was in the middle of like a really bad time for myself mentally, so who knows? Maybe it's great and maybe I'll really enjoy it. But like I said, with all the others, I own it, therefore I owe it to finish it because who knows, I may end up loving it. This book just makes me sad that I haven't had time to read it. Like, there's just no other way to put it. My mom actually got these books because she wants to read them. I have had friends reading these books since 7th grade, and it is The Lunar Chronicles. I have literally, like, this cover I've been seeing for the past 5 years of my life, okay? It was on posters in my middle school hallway, and every time I pass by, I'm like, damn, that is a book I want to read. But I just never got around to it, and that makes me so sad, because look at it, look. Oh my goodness, this is such a beautiful book, and it is my understanding that it's such a good book, and I want more than literally anything in this world to read this book series, but I want to read it all at once, and so therefore I haven't started it because of how badly I want to just read it, and I am a small business owner, so to just throw away like a week of my life is just something I haven't found time to do. Another reason that I've added booktube into something that I do, because now it's technically a part of my business, therefore a part of my business is reading this and it's not wasting business time. Finally, a book that I've been wanting to read ever since I finished Fangirl is Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. I have started this book, but then school started this year and I didn't get a chance to pick it back up because I was in 5 English classes, so I was always reading for school and never reading for fun. Obviously, if you missed it last week, I'm gay, I like gay books, this is the gayest book, and I want to read it. Heck yeah, it is a fan fiction of a fake series that was referenced in Fangirl, and again, wizard school, fantasy, I live for it, I live for the gays, and I really want to read this. I just haven't gotten a chance to, and I can't believe I haven't read it. That's the whole point. I can't believe I haven't read. I want to read this book. I mean, oh my goodness, I want to read all these books though. And that concludes my shaming myself for books that I've owned for a while, really wanted to read, and just haven't gotten a chance to do so. I mean, it was only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was only 6 books, but like some of these books represented more books. And, you know, obviously I was just keeping it quick, simple, so feel free to yell at me in the comments for which one of these books I should absolutely be starting with, because I have very minimal exposure to any of them, except for Carry On and Harry Potter. That is it for this week, and I will see you again next week. So if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and tell me in the comments if there is a book that you have owned for a really long time and you really want to read, but you haven't gotten around to it. Let me know, and then we can relate, and it's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We all have that, you know? You can check out my Bookish Instagram and Bookish Twitter in the description box below, as well as my main fandom channel and my vlog channel. All of that will be down there. And if you would like to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you see when I post a new video, go ahead and do that, because, you know, I will be posting videos every Wednesday. So yeah, subscribe. And I will see you next week. Bye!